Righto then, viewers. Stuttgart Heilbronn, let's see what you get. Let's start off with tutorials, actually, in Training Centre in the train modules. So there are 4 locomotives that actually come with the route. The DBBR 140, the BNRD ZF 483 cab car, the DBBR 111 comes with it, and the DBBR 363. I think the 463 does as well. So the 140 has got a introductory tutorial, and we've got the 483. Oh wait, oh yes, the 483 is actually a copy of the 463 for the most part. Come on, go 463. So if you choose the 463 introduction, there is a 483 introduction buried inside it. This is early access. Hopefully that will get corrected for release. Now, journeys. Journeys is a little bit of a snafu, which will, yes, we'll need to have some things addressed. So there is the intern, which has got the BR111 and the cab cars, the 463 and the 483. So that tells me the 463 does come with it. Y42K, starting your journey as the driver of the BR111. Clever Clop, learn how to drive the DBBR140. This one gets stuck when you go into it, so it needs some work. Screw Bucket, start your journey as a driver of the BR140. Shunter BR363, learning how to drive it. And then Trains and Automobiles, which is the 363, 111 and the 140. Now, I'm not going to go into what's showing you into the chapters at the moment. It should, I hope, be addressed for launch, but that one at least gets stuck, so I'm just not going to show you the others right now, but they are the usual mix of services and scenarios. Right, if we pop back out to Creators Club now and go into Livery Designer, we can see the 140 is there, the 483 is there, and the 463 is there. So that's the main, the new ones anyway, that come with it. And if we go into Scenario Planner, let's try and create one. Stuttgarten. And we don't want off the rails. Confirm. Add a service. Confirm. And we want to set the train. The 140, 463. You can probably choose there are 483 in this list. Yes. Yeah, there's 483s in this list, so that's fine. The 111 and the 363. Okay, you can add them all in Scenario Planner. That's good. And the last one is Formation Designer. So if we add a new one, Stutty, that'll do. New stutiation. Very good. Okay. Formation Builder, add an official. So the 140 is here. What does the 483 look like in here? So that's the Isle of Wight. There it is, the BNRDZF 483. So that's in there as well. And we knew the 463 was there from before, and it is. Good. Okay. So we can put those into formations, which is great. Now let's go and have a look at the route itself. So back to the trains and choose a route. Stuttgart Heilbronn. Have a look at scenarios. There are 5. Stillwagon safety. The Stillwagon's just finished having some repair work. Do a full inspection and take it out for a quick spin. Millennium, the dawn of the new millennium approaches. Work behind the scenes has happened to make sure all systems are ready, and it's you that's going to be running through the changeover. Move it around, head up to Heilbronn with a stop on the way. That would have been the year 2001, the one the world was supposed to end. Sort it out. Kornwestheim Yard has been left in a state with wagons that need sorting. Jump in and lend a hand with the 363. Inspect the uninspected. Inspect various locomotives in Stuttgart Depot. Okay, well, there's our various scenarios. They sound a little bit different to what you'd usually find. So into here, into the timetable again. So the ones that come with it, if we turn off all the layers, we'd see the 140, the 463, and that has a variant of the 483 underneath it. And we've got the 363. Everything else is layering in from other places. We have a quick look at the layers. Link Rheinstrecke Mainz Koblenz is bringing in the DBBR 218 for IR services, S-Bahn services, Frankfurt S-Bahn S1, S8, S9, S-Bahn Stuttgart, Frankfurt S-Bahn, S-Bahn Stuttgart S6, Frankfurt S-Bahn, S-Bahn Stuttgart S1, AI only. The RB628 services come from Niedertalbahn. S-Bahn Stuttgart S2, AI only, comes from Frankfurt. And the S3, the same. The Expo train, the NRM DB BR101, comes from Link Rheinstrecke Mainz Koblenz. The ICE1 and Expo Express services come from Schnellfahrstrecke Kassel-Wurzburg. The ICET services come from Frankfurt Fulda Kensingtalbahn. DBIC and EC services use the layers above. The OBBEC services come from Semmeringbahn. The Autozug comes from Bahnstrecke Bremen-Oldenburg and Linz-Rheinstrecke Mainz-Koblenz. And then we've got MKNs from Ludwigsburg, Mannheim, Kaiserslautern. I really wish they'd name these a bit better. Intermodals doesn't seem to come from anywhere. And mixed things comes from Ruhr-Sieg Nord. So there's plenty of stuff from all over the place. For the heroes, I can't figure out why there's two here. They seem to be the same. But let's pop in and have a look. So there's what? One page. I'm going to go in the vicinity of 80 to 100 services here, ranging in length from fairly short ones of 15 minutes up to approaching an hour. Yeah, it's like approaching an hour through there. Okay. And for the 463, and we'll take the 483 variant. Timetables are the same for the two of them. So there's probably 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, about the same, approaching 80 services, ranging from 3 minutes up to 50 minutes. So reasonable selection there. And of course the 140 we looked at, 363. It's got its own, so we don't need any of those. We should be able to use Stuttgart Heilbronn. There we go. So there's a smaller number. It looks like 1 page, 2 pages, about 3 pages, about 4 pages. There's about 40 to 50. They're ranging from fairly short, 4 minutes, up to the longest being 28 minutes. And there is a bit of switching in here. So there's a bit of stuff to do, And the 111 should be the same as the other. Let's go in here first. That would work better. 111 should be about the same as the cab cars, I would think. And it has got its own, so Stuttgart Heilbronn. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. About the same, yeah, about 80 services, ranging from 3 minutes up to 50-ish. So that's about the same as the others. No great surprise there, because the journey's going the other way. Now let's jump in and have a look at the route itself. So we'll do that in free roam because we can. And if we play now, we've got Stuttgart Hauptbahnhof. Just get that to load up. To have a quick look around. We're not going to drive it in this intro. We're just going to flick around among the stations. So here is Stuttgart. quite a big station. It's probably not a console killing station, but it's pretty big. So it's probably fairly similar size to Euston, I guess, if you were looking at it in UK terms. And probably about double the size of the Los Angeles terminal if you were looking at that one. All right, let's pop out of the station here. There's a massive yard up here. I'm hoping there's a hot point. There is. Stuttgart Depot. Yeah, Tree Sim World. Massive, massive depot. We are in free roam, remember, so you won't be seeing anything in here. I'm using free roam deliberately just to avoid anything getting in the way of us bouncing around. Alright, so it's a big, big depot. Coming further on the route, there is some other small yards. These yards are apparently usable. So Stuttgart Nord will go there. The yards are on a different elevation over that way. So it doesn't look like there's any way to walk there, does it? Or maybe you can get up over that bridge maybe. Let's see if you're allowed up here. It's quite an impressive bridge, so I'd hope you were. No! Oh, that's boring, because there's a really nice bridge up there. Be cool to be able to walk on that. But, them's the brakes. Which makes you wonder how you get to the usable yard, because there's no hot point for the yard, is there? And if you can't get there from the station, how do you get there? Alright, let's go to Stuttgart Farbach. Sounds like Vietnamese soup. Farbach. So it's not a massive one. Lots of houses around the place. Alright, let's go on to the next one. There's another yard here that you're going to have to walk up the tracks to get to it. That's a branch going off Stuttgart Zuffenhausen. Remember, the PIS will be blank. We are in free roam. Can we go anywhere there? No, doesn't look like it. Not a big yard here. Does it have a hot point? It does. And there's the station as well, so Kornwestheim. Let's jump in there. You're going to let me? There we go. Just wasn't zoomed in enough. Quite a big yard covering several areas. So there's diesel and electrified areas to the yard. It's a fairly complex layout. This will probably hurt the frame rate of people on lesser machines, I think. Let's pop over to the station. Kornwestheim Hbf. I didn't know there were people in free roam. How about that? Learn something every day. Alright, let's move up to the next one. Such a massive yard with only one hot point. Ludwigsburg. Come on, go there. Here is Ludwigsburg. And we've got some route splitting off here. Ludwigsburg's Industries. Let's pop over here. Ooh. Some road crossing work. Very good. And Germany, it's driving on the correct side of the road. Wow. That must be hard on the tyres, eh? Just a little bit, I'm guessing. Although he seemed to manage it fine. You can go now. So that's the little industrial area. These sidings are in theory all usable. I don't know if there's services to all of them or not. Asperg. Fahrkarten. There we go. There's Asperg. Next along the line. Can we get to that yard at all? No. Tam. Smaller station. With a little underground plaza there. And coffee. Good. And finally, as we get up to the big one up here, Bittingheim-Bissingen. Come on, let me in there. Which has got a bit of a yard around it and the station itself. And branch off there. There's no hot points to there. Tunnel. Bissingham. Very small station. Yeah, we keep running along the route. Walheim, another small one by the looks. Good. No hot point in that yard. Kirchheim. At least you can walk to the yard near Kirchheim easily enough. If you wanted to. Ooh, that was a little bit stuttery there. Oh, people appeared and then disappeared. Well, there's one of our collectibles. And getting up to the end of the route. Loffen. Neckar. Alright then. Nordheim. Interesting bit of landscaping there. It's one of the funny things I noticed, that gate opening up there. I think in free roam they start with the gates closed and then they open. It's interesting. Bit of a yard but no station there with no hot point. And then finally Heilbronn. I haven't loaded this tile before, so that's why it's a bit jumpy there. And there should also be... I'm just wondering, I know there's the last one, but I'm just wondering if there's any others. I don't know if there's any other hot points apart from Heilbronn Hbf, so let's go there. Here's the Heilbronn end of the route. And just out of interest, I actually thought there was one underground station at Stuttgart Tief. Stuttgart Hauptbahnhof? Maybe not. I thought there was an underground one. Maybe you can't get there directly, but only get there on the trains. All right, that's it for the route introduction. We've looked at the trains, looked at the journeys, looked at all those sorts of fun things. If you've got any questions, chuck them down below. I'll see what I can do to help you out. I am probably live streaming this right about the time this comes out. Alrighty, enjoy yourselves. Have fun, folks. Remember, this is an early access view, so it may not be quite the same as when you get your hands on it. Alrighty, see you later. Bye.
We played a game.